We are working it this morning with John Challenger, CEO of Challenger Gray and Christmas. What a pleasure to have you on the show today.
So good to be with you, Angie.
I'd love to know what's going on with holiday hiring. Now, the numbers are actually down. What happened here, John?
Well, we've seen now 2 consecutive months where the total hiring, both October and November, is down from what we saw last year. Now it's down 14% for the year, and it just looks like either shoppers are not coming in the doors as much as they were last year, and maybe they're not spending as much, or maybe it's shifting online.
So we saw these numbers coming through from department stores. We're going to be hiring, maybe 11,000 people or 20,000 people. Did that just not materialize?
Well, many of those gains, those announcements did come through, but their announcements were actually on par with what they saw last year or announced last year. So they did make those hiring decisions, but it's just not enough. It's all those small department stores that didn't announce, other kinds of retailers who just don't seem to be hiring at quite the clip they were last year.
What does this mean for people who are counting on those holiday jobs?
Well, many people do. So a lot of people take second jobs during the holiday seasons. They go back to the same stores year after year.
Sure.
They get those discounts, and it's getting tougher to do. Some of those workers are now shifting to the distribution centers, the transportation companies. As we move to online shopping, the jobs are going to go to different places.
Now, I know you also keep tabs on what's going on at the top. So what's happening with CEOs? Are you seeing a big turnover happening here, or is there large retention?
Well, we've seen CEO turnover up in the month of November. 106 CEOs lost their jobs. It's up for the year. It suggests that there's more pressure late in this economic cycle on CEOs. If the numbers aren't coming in, if the companies are not beating expectations, often that CEO is one of the first to go.
What's happening with CEO pay?
CEO pay continues to be strong. I mean, there's not a lot of break, on stopping that kind of soaring CEO pay. The difference, the real issue, though, is they don't have their jobs for very long.
So they need to make a lot up front because it might not last. And then we hear about these golden parachutes as they're walking out the door.
It's almost like they fought all their lives to hit that top job. Only a very small few get through. If they do, they get paid handsomely. It's like the pot at the end of the rainbow, and that's a little bit the American dream, but they don't last long in that job.
Who does last long? What's the magic ingredient to staying at the top once you've arrived?
Well, I'd say the only way consistently is just to have one great year after another. A public company, there's such scrutiny on those companies. If you don't perform year after year after year, when you start to see declines, that CEO is usually going to be replaced by someone else.
The old "what have you done for me lately" syndrome.
Exactly, that's how it is.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Angie. Appreciate it.